Hello, hello, hello! This is Double RPG here, and welcome back to the Geek Fighters Live, where it is March 16th, 2019, and it is a beautiful and lovely day, late afternoon, close to evening, where we can do ourselves another live stream for you all. And in today's episode, we're going to return back to the world of survival horror with Resident Evil Code Veronica, developed by Capcom, as well as it being published by them and put out on the Sega Dreamcast to still commemorate our celebration of the console's 20th anniversary in North America. But I'm not alone, as I'm joined, as always, by my good friend, 16-Bit Jeff.
What's up, guys?
And last but not least, joining us, instead of Fighter Cows, as he has other things to take care of for today since he could not even join us. Actually, who's joining us is our good friend from HeroClub.com's own Visible Ninja.
Howdy, folks. What is happening?
Yes, and it's good to have you on. I mean, we were kind of contemplating on who to have as a special guest, but seeing that you're always a good good backup, we just thought, yeah, you might as well be the bread and butter to fit in case if we need to bring somebody in that we know and really appreciate.
It's always good to be wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which, how you doing? How you all doing today?
Good.
Not too shabby, thankfully.
Yeah, do anything exciting as of recent?
Other than just getting some model kits in and just been working on them. Haven't been doing anything terribly exciting.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Jeff?
Nothing much on my end, to be honest.
Any new games that have been, or any good news or anything of that matter during this week that pretty much piqued your interest for any of you? Aside from the whole Avengers Endgame trailer being officially unveiled.
For me, it wasn't even that, because I honestly feel lukewarm about that movie, even that trailer. Mm-hmm. It was actually the announcement of Master Chief Collection coming to PC.
Oh, yes. Finally getting announcement. Finally, that is fully announced.
And not only that, but more specifically, not only coming to Windows 10, but of all places, freaking Steam.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Which is great, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to it, even myself here, so.
Mm-hmm.
It should have happened years ago.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely
no kidding.
should have, but better
it's
late than never.
Far too overdue for a PC release.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, on Steam too, yeah, which is unexpected, but always welcome. Mm-hmm. That's my kind of primary platform for buying stuff for PC. So
for the PC platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't really use like the Microsoft Store or like obviously the Epic Game Store yet, but
right. But it is obviously coming to the Windows Store too as well.
I know. I just don't really use it. So.
Right.
Don't blame them.
No, yeah, it's definitely cool.
Oh, crap. I forgot the hemostatic medicine. Crap.
Oh, well. Ooh. Well, you're gonna die, then.
Nope, not even close.
Other interesting thing, I guess, would be all this talk of Sony possibly buying Take-Two.
Oh, yeah, that rumor that's going around.
Yeah, which is probably not true, but...
I hope it's not true, because that would just be stupid.
Would be. They pretty much would have the Grand Theft Auto series under their thumb.
Well, dude, it's not like that, but in many others, excluding,
Yeah, like Mafia and the 2K sports games.
Mm-hmm. Which includes the WWE license, but then again, I wonder if that would be taken away because of a corporation like Sony owning that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, the big news for me this week was the announcement that James Gunn is returning to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I know.
Which, Disney, I don't know what you were thinking, but that you should not have fired him in the first place, because I think the director of Black Panther said that when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy, that's James Gunn's bread and butter, essentially.
Yeah. No, but also...
And he's not wrong.
Also, the director of freaking... Thor Ragnarok said the same thing too.
Mm-hmm. It's just, that's another thing too, is that the people who are very passionate about the projects that they are in and they are taken very seriously, those are the types of media that will actually succeed. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2, Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther succeeded because not only the cast and crew, but the director was very passionate to actually bring about a good project in the end, or good product in the end, essentially. I mean, it's the same with like game development. I mean, take a look at the crew behind, say, The Witcher 3. They were very passionate when they put that game out.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that same passion is going to be applied to the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077.
I know.
No.
Okay. Let me see if I can avoid the zombies. Yeah, they agree wholeheartedly. I knew I wasn't going to avoid the zombies, but, oh well. But I got the hemostatic medicine, so you want to give it to this guy because he will give you the lockpick in trade with the lighter.
Yeah, and I know later that lighter will come in handy when you switch over to Chris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you will get a special item with Chris if you give Rodrigo here the lighter. Aside from the hemostatic medicine, of course.
Of course.
Hemostatic medicine. How kind of you. Thanks.
Here, let me help you with that.
Thanks.
Well, at least be thankful the guy's not a zombie, or not bitten by one, or else we probably would be in a world of trouble.
Well, I assumed he was because the wound that's around adamant, you know what I mean?
Right.
Here, let me give you this.
But thankfully that's not the case.
Now go. Don't worry.
So yeah, as we said, Fighter Chaos is out of action for this week.
Yeah.
Because he's actually taking a family trip over to in what was it? New Britain, Connecticut?
Yep.
Yeah. Makes me want to make that quote from Sarge from the Red vs. Blue Season 4 bloopers. The Honorable Senator Turd from the home state of Turtleland, representing the good people of New Turd, Connecticut, and the Congressional Subcommittee on Turds and Turdliness. Turd. These nuts.
Bowgun powder. It's always good.
Yeah, the bowgun powder, it actually makes the bowgun very useful in this game. Because if you played Resident Evil 2, the bowgun is worthless. Just like the OG or vanilla bowgun in this game.
Oh yeah, I know.
And I also got the handgun parts, which is actually a really good saving grace for us. Because it's definitely the same thing like the custom parts for Leon's handgun in Resident Evil 2, where you can shoot 3 bullets at once. Speaking of Resident Evil, hey, Metal, are you knowledgeable with any of Resident Evil at all?
Oh yeah, I've played pretty much all the games. The 2 real exceptions are this one, unfortunately, and I guess 7. But I am familiar with the series lore, so.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's one other thing I wanted to grab back at that facility, where I traded in where I got the hemostatic medicine, because it's inside the building where the, where I had to deposit the metallic objects at. I remember leaving the, what is it called? The fire extinguisher there, because that fire extinguisher is also going to be really important later on in getting the most powerful weapon powerful handgun in the game, rather.
Gotta love the item swapping mambo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But that's Resident Evil's bread and butter,
Oh
essentially.
god, yeah.
Yeah.
Take this, put it here, get this, take it here, put it here, get this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one long quest for big Goron sword.
Yep.
Yep.
But at least not tedious.
Well, usually not. Well, fortunately, yeah, usually not, but...
Mm-hmm. Now, I was also playing this during this past week on the PlayStation 4 through the PS2 Classic. because Resident Evil Code Veronica X did make it on the PlayStation 4. Its PlayStation 2 version did. And I've been getting some practice in to see where all I need to go and what enemies I need to encounter and when's the best place to swap items and weapons and that kind of stuff. And it definitely helped my case, too. And if you're wondering if I used the infinite herb glitch, then yes, I did.
Okay.
Well, why not?
Because that infinite herb glitch is a godsend to help you get through that game at 100%. Well, to get the best ranking, which is the A ranking, because this game is tough as nails as is. Toughest for the, survival horror routes. In the traditional manner.
Mm-hmm.
In the classical sense.
Mm-hmm.
Of unwieldy controls and that constant feeling of being, underpowered.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's Resident Evil for you.
Well, that's typical.
Well, that was Alone in the Dark.
Yeah.
And Sweet Home, and
right.
In some regards, Silent Hill too.
Insert precursors here.
Mm-hmm.
And successors too. Like I said, Silent Hill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one of the biggest tropes in survival horror.
Oh. Ooh.
As long as the dog isn't controlling everything.
Right. Okay, so Steve's already gone, so we're focusing on this facility for the time being because, well, there's actually some good things that we can actually get while we're here, and one of them is a brand new key card. But first things first, if you remember the blue emblem which I left behind from this room, we're actually going to be using it now since we're inside this facility.
Right.
Because using this Eagle plate, we will actually get access to the blue electronic key card. Because that will open some of the doors within this facility.
Whoever designs these security systems are very, very eccentric.
You think?
Because, old style keys, key cards, whatever. But, having to have a certain plate put into a certain hole to open a door or some such, I don't know, it's very cractacular.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And just so you guys know, I'm playing this game with the traditional D-pad and not the what is it called? Not with the little thumbstick.
Because, the analog stick?
Yeah, not the analog stick, because I feel that's like the best way to play, the old RE games in that particular fashion, because I usually associate the thumbstick for more modern controls. Like that's one of the things that they did for Onimusha HD Remaster is that they actually incorporated the modern controls into the whole thumbstick.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And so that way you don't even have to keep pushing up to go forward and all that hoopla. Funny, we used this eagle plate, but that eagle plate is also going to become very useful much later.
Mm-hmm.
As you do.
Yeah. But yeah, since we're playing this game today, hopefully we'll get through the entirety of Claire's story, and then we will actually get on with Chris after that.
Would be nice.
Maybe a little bit.
Yes,
Maybe a little bit of
Chris.
Chris.
This is pre-buff Redfield, though.
Yeah, pre-buff Redfield before he started punching boulders about 11 years later in the game's chronology.
Everybody hates that scene. I just find it hilarious.
I find it cheesy and hilarious.
Well, that's because that's what it is.
I know, I thought, when I first, when I first saw it when I was playing, RE5 back in the day, I just thought, oh, this is stupidly hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I know, but that's what people don't realize is that's what Resident Evil's supposed to be. Stupid hilarity.
I can understand if some people, violently hate it, but I just find it funny. That's just me, though. I just laugh at it.
Hey, it's cool.
Yeah. Dude, it's understandable, man. No one's saying you're wrong.
Also, complete global saturation.
I know DC Douglas needs to return.
Yes, he does, but
he is the ultimate Wesker.
But you know how with the Resident Evil games, whether they're the new ones or the remakes, how they're using their RE engine and with motion capture, they're actually using their own mocap people as well as them voicing the characters in their projects.
Oh yeah,
which is kind of why, personally, I was kind of disheartened to an extent why they ended up doing that for Resident Evil 2 Remake, but at the same time, I can kind of appreciate it in that sense because at least that way it'll make the characters sound better expressive with what they're trying to say. And you know, I think that's something you also got to have an even balance with as well, because you want to make the characters sound really good.
Of course.
Otherwise, if they just turn up flat, then it's just gonna...
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? Although we will never hear Allison Court as Claire Redfield ever again.
No.
Well, it was bound to happen. I hate to say it.
But you know, there's just some things where, you know, you look at the whole situation, you say to yourself, hey, these really are those characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. But it's just like, you know, she's been voicing the character for how long, dude?
Mm-hmm.
It was bound to happen eventually, whether we liked it or not.
Yeah. Well,
true.
There's turnover eventually.
And two, like, I'm surprised people were getting mad now when they should have gotten mad, in all due respect, when it originally happened with the Switch back in Revelations 2.
Uh-huh.
Because her character voice was changed back then. Like,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you think they're gonna change it, then why do you think they're gonna bring back the old VA for just a remake? That makes no sense financially. You know what I mean?
Right. But then again, Microsoft was able to keep Steve Downes for Master Chief in the Halo remakes.
Well, because he's a well-known VA, you know what I mean? Because he's been voicing that character since the first iteration. I mean,
right.
And I also think it's due to part because of how asinine the since there's not like something like, say, like a guild for voice actors yet.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
Like a union, I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, like SAG or something, yeah.
Right.
I know there's been repeated calls that they should have one because, you know, of the issues of what they call it, revolving door vocal cords.
Yeah.
The idea that just anybody can play a character.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You know, the whole performance matters kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Because I think Nolan North talked about it when he got his Game Award a year or two back during the whole voice actor strike.
Well, yeah, because it does matter, and the fact that this industry...
Oh, it does, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's funny, because, Kyle, we were talking about this earlier. Like, they care more about, you know, representation in regards to anything, whether it's part of the LGBT, whether it's, you know, racial or, you know, sexual. And I'm all for that, dude, but there's bigger fish to fry in this industry than just that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to say divvy it up. Like, if you care about those, you should care about the more pressing matters just as much as you do with that in regards to it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, look at the kerfuffle there over Konami getting Kiefer Sutherland to voice Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Which I don't get why, because it's freaking Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, zombie popped up from that lifting door.
And don't take it wrong or personally, but I like David Hayter, but I'm not gonna lie, I think
I do too, but
I think you know, Sutherland's portrayal was vastly superior than Hayter's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I love David. I loved him in The Guyver. He, you know, wrote 2 of the best X-Men movies out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people forget. He actually wrote, you know, X-Men and X2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't forget, he also wrote Watchmen too before that was rewritten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's pretty multifaceted. But like I said, don't get me wrong. Like, I like the guy, but I kind of get what Kojima was going for because he wanted like an older sounding Snake, more grizzled.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you know because old Snake, he was definitely getting older, and you know. And if you remember hearing him, who voiced him in Metal Gear Solid 4 at the end of that game,
Yeah.
then yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah, and older.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And oh, by the way, hi Star Child. Welcome to the stream, dude.
Hey,
yeah,
Star Child.
Because they didn't just get
said,
Hater to voice Solidus in 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like Star Child just said in the chat, I like Keith in MGS5. People don't understand that the Snake in MGS5 is not Big Boss.
Like, it's one of those weird things where I kind of get both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah, like, I think the biggest problem with Metal Gear Solids 4 and 5 is that whether you feel about the quality or not, and we're going to get back to, the game we're playing right now, but just to say this, I feel like Metal Gear Solid 3's story should have ended with Metal Gear's, with that particular game. Like, the entirety, like, what came after, like, with both the spin-offs as well as the canonical mainstays with both 4 and 5 should have never happened. And I find it disgusting that Konami only gets to blame and not Kojima.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like on the other, I could definitely see where you're coming from with that.
Like, I don't like Konami because they've done some stupid crap, but you can't blame them for every minute little thing that they do.
No, yeah, that's
it's
right.
a two-way street. It's a relationship. It's not only the partner. It's both of them that are at fault.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is why Capcom, for the most part, has been doing better with Resident Evil, because they learned to a point in 6, which, again, I really don't think 6 was the problem, because I feel like the biggest problem with Capcom and Resident Evil was miscommunication between the developer.
Yeah, I definitely agree
fans.
with you.
Right.
Because, Chris is punching a bullet. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, what's the main focus on Resident Evil? Biotourism, right?
Right.
The bigger something like that gets, the more over the top it's going to get, like what happened with 5 and 6. You know what I mean? Specifically those two.
Right.
When something is no longer self-contained and becomes more of an exposure and a global pandemic, the bigger and more bombastic it's going to get. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's especially good because even though it was released after, I know it's set before with Revelations. They actually, someone explained why Chris kind of got himself buff, which is, actually kind of an interesting idea. But
and it's weird because I hate when people say that Resident Evil 5 and 6 were nothing games for Chris's story. It's like, no, they actually had some very good scenarios for Chris.
No, like I was gonna say, 6 was like, I'm not the biggest fan of 6, but I still play it. It's decent, but
5.
No, that's definitely a good story with Chris, and I need to fend off a cat here. So 1 second.
Yeah, well, honestly, when it came to Chris in Resident Evil 6, I didn't really like his personality at first. After what happened with him before he ended up becoming a likable character again.
Yeah, but the more you see the story progress, it makes sense as to why. You know what I mean? Seeing all
I understand that, but I'm just saying that...
Comrades. Seeing your comrades die under your leadership, they can screw someone's personality up a bit.
Well, yeah, I know, because that was the reason why a lot of people hated 5, because of what they did to Jill in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can kind of understand in regards to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because if it was...
Because people are really hard on for the Chris Jill kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which when they took her largely out of the equation in 5 and replaced her with Sheva.
Which I do
get. A lot of people didn't like that.
Which I do get, and it's an even bigger thing too.
Even though Sheva has her own,
media these days too, in regards, which is called shipping.
Her own stuff going on.
Why it should be a really bad thing in regards to that idea, but I don't hate it for what most people think it is. I feel like if they just kept her dead instead of revealing that she was the masked assassin that was.
It's controlled by some funky chest thing.
There would have been people just pissed off, but not as much as what happened during that revelation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Star Child said in the chat, I still occasionally play MGS. There's a lot of stuff to do on that game. It even has a multiplayer along with it. any other game would get charged double for that. I think years from now, people will be grateful for it in the end because it was the last real Metal Gear game. And, you know, Star Child, I'm glad you're liking MGS5. Don't take it personally, dude.
Well, like, I like it too, but it's not perfect.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Not to mention the fact, you know, the whole 30% made non-ending.
Oh, and you mean the real title? What the game should have been called? The Phantom Plot.
Yeah. The fact that they actually did somewhat wrap stuff up, but it wasn't completed in time, so they let it out. That's
really ticked me off. People just complain about the ending when they really should have complained the entirety of the narrative in Metal Gear Solid 5.
The narrative? Oh, yeah, like, a lot of it was very typical Metal Gear Solid, like some weird schizo, quasi-paranormal shit.
Which is fine, because, you know, that's what you expect.
Which is par for the course for this series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the whole thing between, you know, the man on fire and the third child, which is Psycho Mantis, but you know,
exactly. Like the biggest problem with 5's narrative structure is that when you see Metal Gear's, like, starting with Metal Gear Solid all the way to Metal Gear Solid 4, yeah, they're cuckoo bananas crazy in regards to their narrative structure, but they found ways, excluding Kojima's, you know, insanity, to make it work. And ever since 4, not having a co-writer work with Kojima to make this narrative structure work, that's been the biggest problem. You know, say what you will about Kojima being a great designer, which in some ways it's deserved, but let's be realistic. He's kind of the Japanese Phil Fish.
I never thought of it like that.
Like, he's above his own self-arrogance, you know what I mean? Like, he is so egotistical to think that he's the next great savant, like the next Stanley Kubrick, or the next, you know, Steve Jobs, which I find funny that Kubrick knew, unlike Kojima, Kubrick didn't write for crap, but he could direct, so he collaborated with people who knew how to write.
Hey, Star Child, what's a facehugger?
Oh, the thing that was crawling out earlier.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah. I mean, the way it was shot, it did look like a reference to Aliens, you know what I mean? So
well,
I wouldn't be
surprised. The Bionoid, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Or no, not Bionoid, the Albinoid. That's what it is.
Oh, we're getting Yakub up in here.
Yep.
What are you eating there, Metal?
Oh, sorry, I'm just having some pizza.
Oh,
nice.
Yummy.
Nice.
Did you have some for Pi Day a couple days ago?
No, I didn't.
Ah, I did.
You know what? It completely slipped my mind until, like, the day was almost done that, wait a minute. Crap, it is Pi Day. Oh, well.
I know. And the funny thing is, I might order pizza later tonight because I do have free points to redeem over at Domino's, funny enough, so I might do that tonight.
And another big thing that happened this week was that the Retro Fighters Sega Dreamcast controller has been funded through Kickstarter.
Yeah, you told me about that, and now, can you get it through separate means without being part of the Kickstarter?
You can get it on eBay, I think, right after when the shipments go live during the month of September.
Okay. That's what I was asking, like, if there was going to be a public release as well, too, you know what I mean? Because
yes, there should be.
If there was a Kickstarter, if it was a Kickstarter exclusive, that would have sucked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it would. You'd pretty much have the mob coming after, you know, those people who make the controller.
Oh, that's saying it nicely, dude. Knowing how the gaming culture still is the same toxicity it's been for the last 20 years, I think we could say that is a definitive instead of just a thought. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but sometimes things change, but they end up staying the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. Now you have to do this whole picture puzzle, kind of like in the first Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You have to list off from the family generations from the oldest to the most recent in the Ashford bloodline.
Right, because this is unlike the Unlike the estate over at the Arkley Mansion, yeah, this is the Ashford. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Alexander, what you would become as Claire's final boss in this game.
Yeah, speaking of which, speaking of that estate, the Spencer estate, the last bloodline of this Spencer family was killed in 5. Speaking of which, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oswald. Or, no, Oswald Spencer. Mm-hmm. Finally killed by the collaborator that he worked with all those years ago.
Yeah, of all people, freaking Wesker gets the killing blow. Think about that.
Yeah. Talk about irony there.
Yeah.
Because you figured that they would actually be still, colleague and colleague, but not anymore. After you saw what happened to him in Resident Evil 5 and Lost in Nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
Now, also, speaking of Wesker, do you believe his fate in Resident Evil 5, do you believe they killed him off too early or about the perfect time?
I think they killed him off for the time being, but I don't think he's dead. They'll find a way to bring him back.
It's one of those things where it's almost kind of time where we could use a new overarching recurring villain.
You think they were going to do it that 6,
but
they killed him off so soon too in that game. Like, you would think, like, the way I was, like, honestly, I thought he was going to be the next occurring villain, but no, they just killed him off in 6.
No, so...
Which
like,
it
seems like he's definitely been killed off for real, but in this series, you never know.
Exactly, that's what
video games in general, you never know.
Right.
Exactly. See, you get it. This is video
No,
games.
I know. It's just one of those things is like, yeah, maybe, but possibly no.
It's the video games, come on.
Yeah.
But,
find some BS way to bring him back.
With games like DMC Devil May Cry, or Devil May Cry 5, makes you wonder, did Johnny Young Bosch do mocap aside from voice acting Nero in that game too?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because if he did, then that would definitely disprove my theory, but...
I think Ruben Langan, because I know he was one for, who?
Yeah, he did Dante ever since Devil May Cry 3, if I remember correctly.
And
both mocap and voice acting. And I do apologize for the dogs barking too.
And Metal, you remember this too because of Power Rangers. The not the Red Ranger from Time Force, but the one that joined later. The guy who plays Virgil, what's his name?
Daniel Southworth.
Yeah, because I think the same could be said for Daniel Southworth too. That he's the mocap is supposed to be. So I think
he has the skills to definitely do the mocap for that stuff.
Yeah, so I think the same is applied with Nick.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if they got Johnny and Daniel in to do stuff for their characters, yeah.
Because we were talking
my
about
dogs have spotted some BOWs outside.
Oh yeah.
I hope they don't become zombie dogs, or else I'm gonna be boned or screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a little.
I wouldn't be worried. Zombie dogs only come through the windows exclusively.
Yeah, they do.
Rough.
Rough indeed. Okay.
Or oof, indeed.
Now we're going back to the Ashford residence while we have to deal with some zombies along the way. But I'd say at this point, since I have enough handgun bullets, I should be able to get through the rest of this place just fine with it. Before taking on the boss, the tyrant boss, of course.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's...
Oh, God, stay down, please. Let me put my hand down!
Oh, God. It'd be great if this game had, like, the randomizer feature that the N64 version of 2 had.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
Like it keeps things sane by leaving like key items where they are. It just like switches around like where all like the bullets and the herbs and
kind of like the arranged
and everything are.
Kind of like the arranged version of Resident Evil Director's Cut DualShock Edition.
Yeah, it just randomly swaps stuff around. But the plus side is it gives you a shit ton more ammo, like regardless of the difficulty level. It just gives you like a shit ton of ammo.
Yep.
But mind you, you wind up getting like grenades like way earlier than you get the launcher.
That's true.
Oh, get off my foot.
So by the time you get it, then it's a breeze. But until then, you got a shit ton of grenades and not many, handgun bullets.
Yeah, that tends to be a problem.
Yeah. The good old kick to the skull.
There you go, the good old days.
Right.
Certainly more to the point than a dagger or a flash grenade in the mouth.
Hey, the combat knife is actually pretty useful in this game. It's so broken as all hell.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course.
That's the beautiful thing of it. That it's broken as all F. Like it literally is broken AF.
The zombie noises. So nostalgic, but so frighteningly...
Which is funny, because this is a series that had zombies. Then when they became kind of passé, switched over to demented, parasites and biological weapons, and then cycled back around to zombies.
Well, the thing is, with Resident Evil 7, there's no zombies. That was something I was hoping for in that game.
I guess so, but no, yeah,
I think what he's trying to say is that this series has a weird way of showing continuity.
Right.
Yeah, because obviously, like 4 and 5, and by I guess Revelations as well, had the Plagas instead of straight up zombies.
Yep.
But then comes 6. Oh, look, zombies are back again. Yay!
For reasons that will never be explained.
For reasons.
And the Juavo.
Again, that will never be explained.
Yeah.
Because that's how continuity works.
It's Capsicum. Who else do you expect?
Exactly.
Capsicum.
I still can't believe they made that freaking error. Like you don't think they'll make that? Turns out they do. God damn it! It's like they won't do that. They're not that stupid. Oh well, they are that stupid.
Oh, they are.
It's like they are that stupid. Dang it.
Yeah, but Capcom's been slaying it quite a bit lately. So
I know it's just Capcom being Capcom. That's the problem.
Capcom being Capcom can be a good and a bad thing.
Exactly. See, you get it.
Yeah. It can be a good thing when they do stuff that they know how to do. And they do stuff that works. And then Capcom can also be Capcom when they mess up and are stupid.
Street Fighter.
And hello, LPH.
Yeah, R.I.P. Street. Well, okay, not R.I.P., but
welcome to the stream.
Hey, welcome, LPH.
Oh yeah.
We're playing more Resident Evil Code Veronica right now.
Yeah. Which reminds me, oh god, I also love how I basically got, our good old buddy Fighter Cows probably into another fighting game the other night.
Hey, that's great.
With Power Rangers Battle for the Grid coming out.
Yeah, dude,
how it's very like MVC 3 as opposed to like Infinite. I
know.
Yeah. Because when we first heard that the combat was inspired, like they specifically said Infinite though, and a lot of people were worried. But then we actually see the gameplay, and it's more like 3 with 3-on-3 tagging and everything.
When you basically say, "Oh, thank Christ."
Yeah.
It's not the thing that we were fearful of. Thank God.
Yeah, tell me about it, or else, we'd be boned again, big time.
Because understandably, I can understand why people didn't like it. You know what I mean? Or were fearful of the upcoming release.
Yeah.
Like, it's sad to say that about a game, but again, I can understand because Capcom.
Right.
It's Capcom.
Capscapom.
Do you really want to trust Capcom?
Capscapom.
Oh boy, Capcom.
So, yeah, we're getting the final military proof that we need to get access to the airport. And then we can finally get out of Dodge.
Nice.
Get out!
Get out!
Get out, you dirty bird!
Get out! Go! Get to the chopper!
Put that cookie down! Now!
It asks, do you want to climb down the ladder?
Yes!
No, I'm just gonna stay up here.
Yeah. Climb down, girly man!
You know, I still find that funny, though. Games like this, like, oh, do you want to open the door? Do you want to climb down the ladder? It's like, no, I'm just gonna, you know, hang out up here and not go anywhere.
I guess I'll just die from starvation then.
I'll just sit here and soft lock the game, yeah, and starve to death. Thanks.
Oh, hey, look who returned, Jeff. It's your good friend, the necrophiliac.
Oh, nice.
A secret door.
You mean Glenda or Glenda?
Who you said you had a hard-on in the previous episode when he was killing his father.
It's just a scratch.
Well, you know, have you seen the craziness that is the Asher family? No, in Japan, I wouldn't be surprised if that was one thing that they thought of before they scrapped it. You know what I mean? Because again, Japan.
Oh, jeez. Alfred is pissed and back with a vengeance, but he's wearing makeup? What?
Obviously, he's a fan of that shade.
We got a cross-dresser. There was no Alexi after all. It was all a lie.
What just happened?
He's clearly a fan of Ed Wood, I can tell you that.
Or is it?
You mean he thinks he's too?
What a twist.
You know that's the sad thing about the upcoming reboot, the upcoming remake for freaking Code Veronica, when it eventually happens. You know this is not gonna rear its ugly head again, right?
Well, it's time to make our way out of here. Get to the airport.
You know they would have to redo that for the upcoming reboot, right?
The remake, yes, they would.
Because, jeez.
Imagine how pissed off the LGBT community would be.
I know, right?
Just like how pissed off they would be whenever the Final Fantasy VII remake comes out, when Cloud has to go through that cross-dressing section.
Oh, yeah, and the funny thing is that
I can't wait.
That one's even worse.
High fidelity, you know, skag.
That's the nice thing we can say about this particular scene. It's tame compared to Final Fantasy VII.
Which is funny, because, you know, apparently the level of which you cross-dress depends on how many things you find.
Uh-huh.
I know!
Either you're very convincing, or you're basically just
crazy.
Dress.
It's like, no, we have to make it even more awkward. For reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's always for reasons.
It's always for reasons, especially if you're freaking Square Enix.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. And I think that was the only game where they actually had cross-dressing for a Final Fantasy game, believe it or not.
I think it was. I think you're right. I think you're right, Kyle. I think it was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not Mr. I'm not Mr. GRPG. That's you, dude. You know what I mean? So you would know more than I would.
Right. Yeah, it was. But with Final Fantasy VIII being the only... A lot of people think that was the only game to have a military academy, but nope. Final Fantasy Type 0.
Yep.
Which is why Jerry likes both games so much, too, by the way.
Yeah. Even though Even though it has one of the first freaking lines in Type 0. This is a cemetery. What's a cemetery? Like, I don't care if you have amnesia or not. Mother effer, you should know what the concept of death is.
This generation's what's a paladin is pretty much that. What's a cemetery?
I actually think it's worse than what's a paladin because here's the thing. That protagonist not knowing the concept of death, and yet they can summon a god of death in game.
True.
That makes no freaking sense.
You know, Steve, since you are leaving the island and you still have that prisoner collar on, wouldn't that just go off if you left the island, kind of like Suicide Squad?
You would think. Kyle, you're not wrong, because you would think, but at this point where they're probably getting nubbed on by zombies, do you really think that's really a priority right now?
Probably not.
The answer lies to no.
That's why I said, probably not. You don't have any bombs or grenades on you. Some of the zombies have bombs and grenades on them. So, that's something you gotta be careful of, too, when you're growing up against them.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Better be careful with my ammunition here.
You always gotta be careful in these type of games.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's around the corner. God damn it, now I'm dead.
Yep.
I gotta love these type of games, huh, guys?
Well, they're good for a reason. Because they're so well made to make sure that survival horror is priority. Because it's about conserving your items and ammunition.
Yep.
Unless we raise the bridge.
Leave that to me. You stay here and make preparations for takeoff.
Oh, Claire, this is where you get sidetracked heavily to try to get back. We gotta raise we gotta raise the bridge.
You know, the usual.
The usual shindig.
Dang it, Claire.
Why it's very convenient to have a control lever lying directly at your feet that you don't notice until you turn around.
I know, right?
Yep. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Now, BOW gas rounds, those are the only grenade rounds in the game where you only have 3 of those. You don't see them anywhere else in the game. Now, I don't understand why that was the case. Or what purpose they serve, rather.
Right.
Because I felt that, you know, it's just... I wonder if somebody has actually ever talked about it in, like, an internet article. It's like, what's the point of the BOW gas rounds in Resident Evil Code Veronica?
Does make you wonder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, get off me, Zom. Oh, you got me, hurt again. Shame on you. Oh well, there's a couple of herbs coming up. I don't even have to worry about that. So, yeah, there, and just so you know, too, guys, that this game does have 2 discs for the Dreamcast version.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because once we head to the next place, that's when I have to swap discs.
That's right. So that's gonna be fun.
Oh, it'll be alright.
No, I know it's alright, but it's just like... like, when we look back at games, it's just like, you know...
Yeah.
It's an annoyance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Take a look at Square's RPGs, especially with the Final Fantasy games, how you had to swap discs during the PlayStation era whenever you met a certain checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best jokes about that still is in, you know, MGS4.
Oh, the loading screens.
Yeah, where Otacon
yeah.
actually stops you where you had to change the discs in the first game. Then you're
Mhm.
like, wow, that's right, we don't have to do that. Wow, this PS3 is really awesome. No disc swapping or anything. It's an
Yeah,
HD2.
Oh wait, load screens. They
those-
are worse than swapping discs.
Yeah, but you gotta admit it's like a little bit too on the nose.
Well,
Like, oh yeah, that's right. We're on PlayStation 3. Dual layered as well. It's just like, really? You had to be that on the nose?
Blu-ray disc.
It's like, I'm all for cracking jokes like that, but really, you had to be that on the nose.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some good stuff here. Alright. Oh, more grenade rounds. Goody. You can always use more of those. And there's those two herbs I talked about since I got bit by a Zom.
One of the few bits of zombie lore where getting bitten doesn't, instantly doom you.
I know.
You would think.
I know, but that's kind of the interesting thing is, oh no, you have to be, deliberately infected with the T-virus to turn into a zombie, not just, bitten by one or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's just a gameplay, contrivance, but whatever. Hey, whatevs.
Whatevs.
Yeah.
I won't even keep that. So, go ahead and pick some healing equipment here. Okay. Should I save before going up against naked claw guy?
It wouldn't hurt. Just in case.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. When was the last time you saved?
Right. The last time I saved is when we cut off the last episode, or the first episode.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, do it.
So yes, definitely.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I may not have a choice. I may have to have a first aid spray with me just in case. Even though they said that one of the penalties in this game with lowering your grade is using first aid sprays as well as saving your data. Which I never understood why the first aid sprays. I mean, I can understand saving, but why the first aid sprays?
Yeah.
Because I guess they're just seen as, because they instantly heal you fully, I guess is probably why.
I guess.
As opposed to, herbs who just heal you, a bit, but not all the way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the 5-minute counter just started, and now it's time to make our way back. But let's see what crossdresser Alfred has to say.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, geez, you sound terrible with that feminine voice.
I think that was the entire point, Kyle.
I know. Anyway, T078, Naked Claw Guy Mark III, as we'll call him.
Oh, yeah.
Because...
You know how strong he is? Mach 3!
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
say he's over 8,000.
Yes. He's far more deadlier than OG Tyrant and Mr. X.
Mmm.
And that's not good.
Just whip out your Derringer and shoot him. Which is what I was used to do in, the first RE. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, I gotta be careful in this fight, because if if Naked Claw Guy knocks me back so many times, then, yeah, I get pushed into the fire.
And you don't want that now, do you?
No.
Doesn't have much of a booty, at least.
Ah.
Bit of a flat ass, but hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, because we were talking about topics that came out of the woodwork earlier this week. Did you guys hear the one that came out just late last night from the Hollywood Reporter?
What would that be?
About the still ongoing trouble that the Flash movie's still having.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that. Was it that Ezra Miller and Grant Morrison are going to write it now?
Yeah. But here's the sad thing. This is basically the last shot for him for Ezra if he still wants to play.
Yeah, if he still wants to,
Allen.
flash it, because.
Yeah.
I don't think Justice League 2 is going to be happening. So.
Anytime soon, like it will happen eventually, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, no, like.
Right.
I was going to say, if Superman and Batman are both out, it's.
Well, we do know about.
Batfleck's
but we
out.
don't know about.
Batfleck, yeah.
Like that's still on and off. Like even Henry's still saying that. Yeah, he's still Superman.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they're still going ahead with the Batman, even if it's not going to be Affleck.
Right.
Affleck, so yeah.
Batfleck.
It's supposed to start filming at the end of the year, I think I read.
Yeah, and from last what we heard, supposedly the same with Flash. It was supposed to start shooting this November, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, because of this. Because here's the thing that worries me, and it's not really the directors. It's just the schism that's happening. Because apparently Ezra wants a darker take, but the directors who not only did last year's movie, the movie that came out last year, Game Night, but also wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming, don't want
want a darker Flash.
Which I understand. Like for the first solo outing, like you can do a dark Flash movie, but for like the first outing, you know what I mean? Like it needs to be a mixture. Like for example, like if I was doing a Flash solo film, especially the first one, I would take influence from the Flash Rebirth from Jeff Johns. You know what I mean?
Or like Flashpoint Paradox.
Not that, because like it's a dark movie, yes, but where the DCU is at the moment, you think it's already an F up. That would make it an even more bigger F up.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like the animated Flashpoint Paradox was good, but in live action, you don't want that to be your first one.
Yeah, it's like, again, I would love to see that happen down the road, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alright, we're leaving the island.
Goodbye, island.
Bye, Alan. Don't blow up or make. Oh, it blew up.
It blew up. It can't even send us any postcards now.
I know. What a shame.
Loaded up.
Yep, we bloated it up.
What a shame.
We made it! Yahoo! It's finally over.
Oh, an intimate moment between these two lovebirds.
Claire, I'm sorry. I know I caused a lot of trouble for you.
Yeah, we got away.
You know, that's the thing that people say that, oh, Leon's the most screwed in regards to romance. It's like, are you sure about that? Because have you seen the partners that Claire has had? I think she's the one that's the most been screwed the most in regards to relationship status in the Resident Evil franchise.
So, where should we go now? I can take you anywhere.
It's true.
Oh, but Leon, dude, at least he has Ada. Granted, Ada I don't like as a character, but still, he has Ada.
Yeah, he still has a
what's Claire
recurring.
have?
Yeah, like a yeah.
It's all over. Or is it?
Dun dun dun.
Because you always need that stinger, because why not?
Well, hey, one person still is not done with this yet, and you know who that is. It's the crossdresser.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
My tank will save me.
Yeah. 10 minutes later, why did I die? I thought I was supposed to save me, but yet I still died.
This game is not over yet. Now you will see what real terror is.
Just speak with your manly voice. Gosh, we know you're a guy underneath that wig, Alfred. Jeez, come on.
Oh, by the way, guys, when we wrap up and we're talking, post show, I gotta show you guys a video that happened during today's Sonic panel at South by Southwest, because
Oh yeah.
oof,
Yeah.
oof, the questions.
Oh, yeah. Like, all the quote-unquote Aspies during that, Twitter or that Twitch panel.
No, this goes beyond that, dude. Like, you should hear one of the questions that was asked.
Cargo room hatch is open.
I'll go back to
Now, LPH brought up a good point. I'm so tired of dark DC movies. I think that's the problem that WB had. Like, I don't think people had, and you can chime in too, LPH, in the chat. I don't think the problem was the dark or grounded tone in regards to the DC EU. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the narrative that was happening to DCU. Like, there was no clear picture. You know what I mean?
Right. There wasn't like a fully planned out slate, basically.
And now, from what I've heard from Kevin Smith, from his one of the recent episodes of Fat Man on Batman, now known as Fat Man Beyond, he was talking about this, and he talked to people that were part of the staff that worked on, the VFX and both versions of
Naked Claw guy's back.
And the one that, jokingly enough, in the staff was called Justice League when Joss Whedon took over to direct. And it sounds like WB may be more been part of the problem than the victim than we were led to believe, because it looks like a lot was taken out of the original cut of the movie that we got 2 years ago in theaters. Like for example, remember that scene where Alfred was talking to Superman and was saying, "Thank God you came. Let's hope you're not too late." From the conversation that Smith had with not only one but a couple of others that did work in that movie, that wasn't supposed to be Superman. You want to know which character it was supposed to be?
Who?
Green Lantern.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Plot twist.
Because it's not really, because people tend to forget that that WB screwed up so much that what was originally going to be a 3-parter Justice League epic then became a 2-parter that was supposed to have its second part released this year, before the screwed up reception for BVS happened, and then they knocked it back down to just one outing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not blaming WB on course correction, because course correction happens. Like, we've seen it happen with the MCU. Here's the difference. You don't do course correction after the second outing of your first phase.
Can I get it?
You do course correction
Yes, got it.
after the last movie's done of that phase, and you go into phase 2. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, Naked Claw guy's finally destroyed.
Nice!
Or as Clara's gonna call him, a giant cockroach.
Yeah. Well, she's not wrong.
What was wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just a giant cockroach that had to be stepped on.
You know, when I was looking at that fight, it makes me wonder how they're gonna implement, since the next game has been confirmed to be supposedly Resident Evil 3 Nemesis remake. I'm wondering how they're gonna try to implement Nemesis. Are they gonna take a page like they did with Mr. X in the released Resident Evil 2 remake, or do something different?
My apologies.
That is a very good question. Like, maybe, because I know Nemesis only showed up in certain parts, but maybe in this one he might chase you through like the whole game after you meet him, like literally.
Yeah, we're not out of the woodworks yet.
I don't know. Like, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. You know.
Yep.
Because we're being redirected towards another location on the world map, and not towards Hawaii, where Claire wanted to go.
You know,
No!
honestly, as much as I love Code Veronica, I do hope they rewrite that, because even when I first played it, that really just felt there for convenience, just to pad out the plot.
What, this moment?
Yeah. No. What they just said about, where it was originally going to go to Hawaii, but it was rerouted because, of time convenience. Like, I feel like that's why I'm excited for these upcoming remakes, starting with 3 and going eventually into Go Veronica, because they can rewrite specific parts and do better Whereas the originals kind of faltered it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's funny, we were talking about this earlier. I hate the fan base say that, oh, the only good games were the originals leading up to Code Veronica. I disagree. They're good games in their own right, but don't try to say that there always were, you know, the gold standard, 10 out of 10, nothing wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what fans of any type of property do. They try to sell something and hype it up when they can't acknowledge the faults within it. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not trying to bash on Code Veronica because I know next to 3, it's my personal favorite. You know what I mean?
Yep. Here we are. The Umbrella facility in Antarctica. So yeah, as I said, we're not out of the woodworks yet in this story.
Well, like for example, like I was bringing it up earlier, like how they implemented Code Veronica in the Wii at the time, the Wii exclusive Umbrella Chronicles. I'm sorry, Darkside Chronicles.
Darkside, yes.
The writing was done better there than the original where we're playing right now. You know what I mean?
Okay, I gotta switch discs, so keep talking, guys.
Okay.
Gotcha. Lulu. Oh, they did do it better though in Darkside, though.
Yeah, and I'm curious of how they're gonna improve with the upcoming reboot when it eventually does happen. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, like, seeing how they've reworked, you know, RE2. You know, they're probably gonna do 3. I think they could probably streamline it and, you know, tweak it to be more coherent and more
because my biggest problem with 3. Like, I love 3 for what it is, even more so than 2, and 2 is a great game.
Right.
But it's so convoluted in its own continuity because you're telling me that both 2 and 3 happened simultaneously during a period of 24 to 48 hours separately? It just doesn't feel like it's happened in that span of time, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like they're completely were originally separate.
Right. We switched over discs, and now we're on disc 2.
Awesome.
Excelente.
So that's one thing I can see them working on. Like, if you didn't hear, Kyle, we were talking about how the continuity for Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 was kind of screwy. That they didn't fit into one another's perspectives. And that's one thing I think that with how 2 was handled with the recent remake and the upcoming remake for 3, I think they have a better potential to making it work this time around. Because like we were bringing up, me and Metal, you know, the timeline supposedly for those 2 games take around the same time in the span of the, 24 to 48 hours of the downfall of Raccoon City?
Yeah. I think,
yeah, so I think
24 hours, yes.
I think
no,
it'd be better
48 hours, you're right.
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
Thanks.
Aw, Steve gave her a hug as he catched her. How sweet.
Oh. It's both sweet yet awkward.
Yeah, awkward.
Plane's trash.
You know I was just being sarcastic, right?
I know. I was just enjoying the sarcasm.
Yet, they're in Antarctica, but you figured that they would be freezing their skin off.
You would think.
But no.
Not only that, but since they're in colder temperatures, like, and that's another thing, too, I want to see happen in the Code Veronica remake when it eventually happens. You know, give them alternative costumes.
Yes, that was one thing I was really disappointed with both this game as well as the Code Veronica X re-releases, that there's no alternative costumes in this game.
Well, like, it's because, like, you get what I'm saying, because they fixed that narrative issue that was in the original release with X, with, you know, Claire meeting Wesker. Yet they couldn't do this and give those 2, like, winter-esque costumes when they're in Antarctica. Like, I can expand disbelief, but when you see something like that, you kind of need to bring some realism into it.
Yeah, you do. That's one thing I can agree on with you there.
And the cool thing is with unlike with Resident Evil 3 Remake, where I do eventually think that game is going to be a cross-gen game for not only current consoles but for next gen. I do firmly believe that when they eventually do get to redoing Code Veronica, I do think that's going to be a next-gen exclusive game. It's not going to be cross-gen.
Given the time frame we're looking at, yeah, that stands to reason.
True.
Because Resident Evil 2 Remake, granted it was released this year, it's announced. The announcement of official development was what, 2015, Kyle?
Resident Evil 2 Remake, yes.
So that game, in the span of things, that usually takes, for a AAA game, especially from Capcom, usually takes 2 to 3 years of development, correct?
Correct.
So yeah, what you basically said just now, Visible, yeah, that is true. Like, because if art assets, that type of stuff, we will already be in the next generation of consoles, especially if they're going to be announced this year and released next year.
Yeah.
You know what the sad thing is too?
What?
With how prevalent survival horror has become again, thanks to Resident Evil 2 Remake as well as Resident Evil 7, I would like to see Capcom take another hit. Like, take another jab at freaking Dino Crisis.
I agree.
That would be nice after 3 kind of killed
Because
it.
I do remember them stating that they said that they have an announcement of a game that they're remaking, and a lot of people are questioning, wait, really, that game?
I think it was Jun Takeuchi who said that. He said that we have another game in development that's actually gonna, blow everybody's loads, essentially.
Yeah, and that was said beginning of this year, if I recall, right?
Yeah, modern, not even if they do a modern remake of Dino Crisis in the style of the RE2 remake, that would be pretty sweet though.
But
obviously an all new one would be great too. But
I think they would, if they did that, then I think they would be taking more inspiration from I would say Dino Crisis 2 when it came to its overall gameplay, because that gameplay was far more superior.
Oh hell yeah! Like what RE2 remake did, it took the mechanics of RE6 but took the tone of RE7. More grounded, realistic take, and not the the crazy over the top bombastic style that even 2 and 3 had back in the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I find ironic that the fan base said that they never had it until 4, 5, and 6 showed. It's like, no, it's always been there since the first game, dude.
Yeah, been there since day one.
Like that's my biggest problem with fandoms. They like to cherry pick and have selective viewpoints. They can't admit when their product or their IP, let's be blunt, let's be realistic, even has faults. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, oh, it always has to be positive because that's what an IP is. Like, man, not really.
Not really.
Because here's the sad truth, but it is the truth nevertheless. Will you correctfully point out the bad to the creators of an IP you like? 9 times out of 10, they will recognize it and rectify to do better. Because that's what constructive criticism is.
Right.
Like, granted, I wholeheartedly disagree with how people unjustifiably gave Resident Evil 6 bad reviews. When they did the same with RE4, but the opposite of giving it praise, nothing but praise, and saying that it was the right direction, when we can all kind of agree that it's kind of the opposite because of what we saw with 5 and 6, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I would say yes and no to an extent.
I'm not saying
that's my personal opinion.
No. I see where you come from because I agree with you. The tone wasn't the problem in 4 because it still had that horror feel. I'm saying I think they went a little bit overboard with the over-the-top aspect in 4.
Yeah, it was...
lost their narrative structure in 5 and 6.
Well, what was originally supposed to be what was originally supposed to be Resident Evil 4 ended up becoming Devil May Cry, so you can
Yeah.
definitely see those elements still kind of being in place there with Resident Evil 4 overall.
Yeah, but
I know what you mean.
But at the same time, it's still a separate project. You know what I mean? They shouldn't
Yeah.
I'm not saying they shouldn't take influence. Don't take it wrong. But
Right.
Leon in Resident Evil Degeneration of how he acted and was portrayed in makes a heck of a more sense than how he was portrayed as in Resident Evil 4. You know what I mean?
Don't you mean Resident Evil Vendetta?
No, I was talking about Degeneration.
Degeneration.
Don't even remind me about that movie. And that's another thing too. 6 is bad. Have you guys seen that? That's bad. Because of what they explain at the end. It's like, spoiler, that virus, yeah, you can now become alive thanks to a cure if you were bitten by a zombie and died.
Yeah, that didn't make
What?
any
That makes sense.
I know, right?
That was, I will agree, that was completely out of line.
But no, let's complain and say how RE6 still sucks. Which, again, 6 has a lot of problems, just like 4 and 5. But here's the thing: I will still bat for 6, because here's the thing: with all the things that come with Resident Evil 6, with the price it was giving for $60, that's a steal.
Mm-hmm.
With all the extra content, with the mercenaries modes, I think that also include versus mode at launch too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
As well as, granted, I really don't think Ada should have been the 4th unlocked, campaign. But still, having 4 campaigns, separate ones I might add, that expand the story and make it more of a longer narrative.
Mm-hmm.
That's, in my eyes, a justified price range for a $60 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Now, I wished Ada Wong wasn't in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because, what would have been better? And since we're just talking about this game earlier, too, if they had both Sherry and Leon, the 4th should have been clear.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
It would have, but we had to wait till freaking Revelations 2.
Yeah.
And not only that, in some degree, and I think a lot of people would agree with me,
Just BS.
Revelations 2 was kind of weak.
Well, when compared to the first game, yes.
I was gonna say, yeah, I played the shit out of the first one on my 3DS, and then again when it got the full-on treatment for consoles. Yeah. So yeah, 2 was kind of felt a little bit weaker. I still enjoyed it.
It was not a bad game. I'm not saying that, but
well, no, like I said, I still enjoyed it, but yeah, it felt a bit weaker than the first one. Poor Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do to you?
What did they not do? That's the question.
Well, yeah.
What didn't they do? Yeah, that's... You get it, Kyle.
Yeah. Okay, so that doesn't work. It's a heat-sensitive explosive, so we're going to need Chris for that. But at least I will go ahead and take this. The AK-47.
Always a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a good gun. And I'll give it back to Chris when I start playing as Claire again. Da-da-da! Which you probably didn't know, but you already knew that already, didn't you?
Well, yeah. One of the worst kept secrets.
I know, right? You get to play the other relative in the Redfield lineage. Really? Gee, that's like that was always spoiled for us in the cover art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I feel special.
Okay, I definitely needed to check out that hole where you can actually stick valve at because it's octagonal shape, but the valve that we get is going to be in an incorrect shape. So.
Okay, yeah, that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Step in the pit, yeah.
Yeah, don't mind me. I mean, sure, I'm shooting dogs, but they're zombie dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, normal dogs, yeah, you got problems. Zombie
Yeah,
dogs,
I'm pretty sure if
There's
they were
a
just shooting
reason why
normal
you should
dogs
be
in this
shooting them.
franchise, PETA would have been on Capcom since day
yeah,
one.
I'm like, zombie dogs, they don't count.
Oh, dude, they would definitely be on them because let's be blunt, it's PETA we're talking about.
Of course.
Have you seen the crap show they did a couple
yeah.
years ago with Nintendo over to Tanuki?
Super Tanuki Brothers 2D or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that made a load of sense.
Yeah, especially since they didn't have gigantic ball sacks
I know, right?
that Tanuki are traditionally portrayed as having.
Again, I know, right? But no, that's the thing that they screeched about.
Yeah, it's the Tanukis, yeah. The frickin' raccoon dogs.
Which 9 times out of 10, we usually talk about the more, over the top, unrealistic ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that bastard Tom Nook.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And why is he called a bastard? Well, there's reasons.
He
Again,
is
I'm
a
not the biggest
bastard.
fan.
He is a
Again,
bastard.
I'm not the biggest fan of Animal Crossing, but still, yeah, I've heard the BS about Tom Nook. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of
Oh, yeah, it only cost you, a couple thousand bells. Thanks.
Which is equivalent of your arm and leg, or, everything.
Oh, shoot. You hit me with poison. Get off me. Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh, wait, I'm not poisoned. Good.
Oh, you're not? Well, that's good.
I know. Tell me about it. But I will kill these spiders.
Oh, yeah, because they're spiders. Like, who wouldn't?
Get off me. Get off me.
That's what she said.
Well, at least that's what she will say. Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus. Stupid spiders. Tell 'em.
Come on,
Goddamn
come on.
spiders.
Well, I'm shooting at them, but the thing is that they really shouldn't
sorry,
take
I
that
had
many bullets to kill.
Yeah, I can tell you're having a fun time over there, Kyle.
You think?
It's always spiders or bats or something.
Something.
Well, actually, no, because
Annoying
you were
as
fine
shit.
with the bats earlier, like last time we were playing this.
Well, I didn't really have that much trouble when going up against the bats, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't have this issue with the bats last time we were playing, but... Man,
This
for some
time,
reason,
spiders.
The spiders don't like you this time around, dude.
Obviously. They really shouldn't take that many bullets to kill anyway.
I know.
But, nope. They are jerks. Just like, another particular enemy in the RE canon, hunters.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the
Everybody's favorite.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're my favorite enemy in the game, but yeah, they're not cool and
They're no bueno. I get what you're saying, dude.
yeah, they're no
Yeah.
bueno.
Nothing like lizard toad things slashing you apart.
Yeah, because that's what people ask for, right?
Well, I know the liquors are more iconic, but...
Oh, I hate lickers.
Eh. Oh yeah, everyone
Especially
hates
how they did him
liquors.
in RE2 Remake. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a blue herb. I didn't even need that.
Like, I haven't played RE2 Remake yet, but I've been seeing some Let's Play specifically from Max, and yeah, how they handled the liquors, yeesh.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, if you hear something, that's my cat Smokey. He's right up in my face purring.
Oh, nice.
Well, You say smoky, but I was gonna tease you and say what? He's smoking?
That's
Oh,
something.
yeah,
new.
he's just chilling out. Just come
Chilling like a
out
villain.
with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, my cat's chilling somewhere.
Okay.
Probably opposite bedroom.
Okay, now I got the barcode sticker, and I'll put it on this box because that will unleash the, I guess, like, some type of gas from that box that will actually make it to where we can actually get access to the gas mask.
Retail Simulator 2000. Putting barcodes on boxes.
Because why not?
Why not? It's enough to kill spiders, hopefully. No, oh, wait a minute, they already have poison sacs inside their bodies.
Yep.
Did I get it?
Did it work?
That's stupid moths. I
Is
hate
it
those things. When they get on the back of you, their larva will actually attach to you.
Yeah.
Ugh. Gosh, I always hated that about this game when going up against those things. They're so jerkish.
That's not surprising.
Okay, now we can go over here and hit the switch here.
Oh, holy internet connection.
You okay over there, dude?
Holy choppy internet connection, Batman.
Oh, I can tell you're having fun over there, huh?
Oh, that. Yeah. Say hello to the boss we're going up against later. Like his muffled scream isn't scary enough.
I know, right? Just finding even more more ways to make it even more messed up, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we need, right? Night terrors!
Mm-hmm. Okay, so... how am I gonna... I guess I will keep the assault rifle on me. But I will need something to take as healing precautions for when we go up against the boss. But I will put the handgun bullets up too. And I'll swap out the bowgun bolts for the explosive ones. Okay, yep. I think we might be good. For now.
It's always for now.
Yeah.
You know, for it to be true, Kyle, it's always for now.
For now.
Like, again, you always think in the clear, then something else stupidly happens, and then, yeah, back to square one.
Yep.
Because you didn't save. Because that's what you get for not saving.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should always save often and in multiple slots.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, try rubbing it even more, dick. You just gotta love how games back in the day just how nonchalantly, berated you with insults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you suck, pleb. It's like, yeah, get better, scrub.
I feel so sorry for you, scrub. Not! Alright, we're in the machine room. Now we can use the machine room. We're back in this room where we need to get a huge, giant drill dozer to actually go through a wall for us to get out of here. But coming here, we're back in the generator room, and there's the valve handle, which we need to change into an octagonal valve handle.
Oh, speaking of Valve, you heard about the supposed game that they were in partnership with Nintendo to do for the Switch?
Uh-huh.
They were going to do a tactics game based off of the Half-Life IP.
Really?
Yep, thank God it didn't happen because that's
I like you could admittedly you could probably do one, but
admittedly,
just because you can just doesn't mean you should.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, hey, Fallout Tactics didn't turn out that great, so. But hey, whatevs.
Pay attention, Steve. Yeah, stare at Claire.
Steve, watch out!
Oh! Toxic gas got in the room because of his own hubris. Getting a hard-on for Claire without paying attention. Oh, typical, typical, typical.
Well, yeah, that's what being a teenager is.
Of course, yeah. Ironically, and he's 17 years old while she's 19, so she's almost an adult than he is.
Again, that's what being a teenager is. How do I know? First-hand experience.
Don't say that. Listen to me. We'll escape from here. Together. Come on. We've got to shut off the gas. If we split up, we'll have a better chance of stopping it.
Okay.
Steve,
It's also known as infinite rage.
we'll get out of here. Together.
Infinite rage. Infinite roid rage.
Yeah. So you get it.
Like that NFL player who pretty much got a lot of fines for being the dirtiest player in the NFL on the planet. Whatever his name is, like Bartowski or whatever his name was.
I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That guy.
Oh. Thought you were clawing my head. Now he's just licking himself.
Okay. There we go. Now we got ourselves an octovalve. But we still have to go downstairs and deal with those, peckers, the, moths, the mini Mothras.
Oh, what fun.
Yeah. And they're poisonous too, by the way.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. So wicked cool, man.
That sounds fun. But it's like, your opinion, man.
Oh, crap, you got... now you got one of your offspring on me. Thank you.
Like,
Ugh.
Yeah.
that's what not she said.
Oh.
That's what she didn't say.
Oh, jeez. Did you poison me? I hope not, but probably did. Ugh, jeez. Let's see. I might as well go ahead and get rid of this. Oh, geez, you did.
Indeed.
It did. Seriously, those moths are cucks.
Very.
And I apologize for that, Gabbo.
Let's go, man.
Oh, get off me!
It was bound to eventually happen.
You got another offspring on me.
No, knowing how we talk as a group, it was bound to happen, Kyle, so it's cool.
I tell you, those kids are little SOBs.
Yeah, see, he gets it.
Yeah.
Frickin' SOBs. Thank you, Gabbo. Or should I say Brockman?
Yep.
Kent Brockman.
What the?
That ought to take care of those SOBs. What the? Alright. Okay.
I mean, he wasn't one. They were SOBs.
Yeah, the kids. Those kids, whoever they are. Okay, I got the gas mask. Now I go in here and I turn off the gas and we can get out of Dodge. And don't worry, the poison gas can't kill you with that gas mask.
To quote Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid, from Metal Gear, not Solid, Metal Gear, use the gas mask in the room full of gas.
But the thing is that gas can slowly kill you.
No, really? Gee, well, I guess I should equip this mask that's named Gas Mask. So I can survive from the gas.
Oh, hey, Alfred.
Oh, yeah!
Yep, the cross-dresser. And you got shot.
Yeah.
Going akimbo with his 2 Uzis. Gonna go John Woo on your ass.
Oh, bad way for you to fall down there.
You know what the funny thing is, Visible? Imagine that be a reference when this game eventually comes out.
Oh, Lord.
You know what's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I heard a scream from a monster down below. Oh, this guy. The guy who's all bonded.
Yeah, like that's not creepy, right, guys?
And his heart is exposing out of his chest.
Yeah. It's even more creepy when you find out that that monster has a relation to the family lineage, right, guys?
Yes, it does. It does.
That's a little creepy. Not creepy at all.
Oh.
It's always creepy.
Oh.
I know.
There are just some things in this franchise that are just very disturbing.
It just like makes you think,
some things?
how in the heck can they have normal lives?
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. That's the problem with the Ashford family there, Jeff. They don't have normal lives.
No, I was talking about the developers.
Oh. Well, what's wrong with Shinji
they
Mikami? He has a creative mind.
With the stuff they were coming up with the entire series. Like some of the stuff that you see in Resident Evil is just like so creepy. It's just like, how can they have normal established lives when they come up with stuff like that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now it's time for us to drill that wall and watch a bunch of water come out that will actually get this place flooded in ice later.
Oh, great! I was gonna die one way, now I can die another way. Awesome!
Yep. Oh boy. Yep. This place is gonna be flooded soon, encroached with ice.
Please tell me it was thrown in there conveniently just to be a puzzle.
Now they're walking outside. Now this is where they ought to have warm gear on.
Oh yeah, even more
Nice
so.
and toasty.
Even more so.
Out in the middle of Antarctica, where it can get like 60 below zero. Yeah.
I know.
Just logic, right, guys?
Yeah. Why do you think I'm excited for this game eventually getting a reboot?
I can see why.
Claire, come on. Finally, we can get out of this insane place.
Okay, now I got Alfred's sniper rifle. That's one of the weapons I have on me, but I'll be saving that for last when we come up against this this nice little chumley who we're about to fight.
Mm.
Okay, let's go.
Come on, let's go. Are you scared?
Oh,
Yes,
so it
because
is.
the upcoming boss that we're gonna fight is should I say it?
You can say it now because it looks like he has a stand trying to come out of his back.
Yeah, Nosferatu, aka the former former father of both
Alfred and Alexia.
Yes.
Alexander Ashford.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But just so you guys know, yes, that's not really Count Dracula.
No. But it's weird they call him Nosferatu when you think about it, you know what I mean?
Of course, it is very weird. Now,
Like,
you
it
want to be
makes-
careful and steer your distance quite away from this guy as possible, because not only will his whip hurt, the whip behind his back hurt you, but
Poison.
it can't... But there's poison, yes.
Yeah, like the mist that
And
was
if
just
you
displayed.
and
Yeah.
if you inhale too much of that stuff, Claire will get poisoned, and there will be a point later where you're gonna need to, heal her from the poison, which I already got poisoned badly from this guy, so I have no choice but to get the serum for her later. Okay, so that's done. So now I have to worry about the grenades.
I know.
I might as well go ahead and get the first aid spray going here.
But that's where they call this creature freaking Nosferatu, when it makes more sense for like a vampiric enemy that would be.
Yeah, a vampiric appearance, but not like a poisonous monster type of appearance. That looks like he has a stand coming out of his back. Which I know Jerry would love to, hear from us, since we're fighting him right now.
Is that a JoJo reference?
You think?
He has a stand? I still remember seeing that clip when it went live of him just freaking out.
Oh, Lord. Rassing these nuts.
No, I was talking about when you screamed he had a stand.
I know. Just that's the best line of his that I like.
I'm glad that Sony's not going to be at this year's E3, because last year's, I mean, we joke about our guy Fighter Cows being Mr. PlayStation in the group.
Mm-hmm.
When he said last year's event was lackluster, and the last one in his eyes, like me, was the last good one from them being 2015.
Uh-huh.
That really should be saying a lot, even from someone like Jerry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I still think E3 is going to be good, like, especially without, Sony and EA not being there for once, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Because, it's funny you guys bring it up, because you guys seen that, the crux of, YouTube videos recently popping up more and more saying, like, oh, both EA and Sony are not going to be there. Does that mean that E3 is no longer relevant?
Which is complete BS.
It's stupid because, oh yeah, it's totally relevant even though Microsoft's going to be there, Ubisoft's going to be there,
Nintendo's going to be there.
like Square Enix.
Yeah, Nintendo's gonna be there.
And Nintendo too. It's like, you guys are really that stupid,
I was
right?
gonna say, like, if Sony really does want to make any big announcements,
I got the cutscene where I actually shoot him in the chest with the sniper rifle.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Subarashi.
And there's also another one, too, if you actually have the combat knife, and you actually kill him that way.
You know what the funny thing is? Like, the design with Nosferatu in this game, it feels less Resident Evil, more generic Silent Hill design.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of does, yeah.
Yeah, with that high tint or whatever in the visuals.
Like, that's why I think it feels so off-putting. Like, not like that it feels, like, weird or awkward, but it doesn't feel like it fits with Resident Evil, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
And we get to see how strong Claire is, pulling Steve from almost falling to his death.
Better character than Leon, confirmed.
You can actually see where the inspirations from her brother comes in when he takes steroids much, much later.
Again, best character, don't at me.
I'm sorry. I failed you.
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Oh man, I need to stretch.
Yeah, we are getting close to the end of the stream too, by the way, guys.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Everybody's that time already, damn.
Yeah. Time flies.
Oh yeah, especially when you're having fun, right guys?
Oh yeah.
Look, there's a snowmobile over there.
Perfect! We'll be able to ride right
My name is Optimus Prime.
And we get out of here, and it's all over again. Or is it?
Or is it?
Da da da!
It's never over with this game.
But you understand what I was talking about earlier, where this just feels like convenient?
Now you have Alfred talking in his normal voice. Which, that should have been a thing even after he got out of his, got out of dressing up like his sister wherever she is.
I know. But like I was talking about earlier, like, you understand more what I was talking about in regards to convenience, right, guys? In the
yeah.
Because Code Rocker does have a good base story. But moments like this, it just feels like padding to lengthen the game time. You know what I mean?
Sister's name, so I guess she is a real deal after all. Oh my god, we are so going to get banned by Twitch.
Well, we can't because it's a cutscene, and whether they like it or not, it's in the game.
Right. She does exist. Alexia does exist.
Presented.
Alexa, you do exist.
Next time on Game Fact Theory, does Alexa really exist?
And Alfred succumbs to his wounds.
Is it real?
Ooh.
What is that?
Oh god, I see where this is going.
Oh yeah. Big huge tentacle belonging to Alexia, preventing our escape. So, yeah, it's not over yet.
Dang it, Japan, what's with you and tentacles?
That's some top quality hentai there.
Yeah. No ass crack, though.
Ah!
Thank God.
So we basically have Eve from Parasite Eve among us in the Resident Evil universe.
You know, that's another game I'd like to see a revival on, but will never happen.
It'd be nice, yeah, it'd be nice, but yeah.
Retcon third birthday, please. Just retcon it.
Agreed.
On the isolated island, Chris Redfield. So we're finally playing as Chris.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because the problem isn't the gameplay. The gameplay solid. It's just everything else in the third birthday.
Well, here's Mr. Pythons himself. Or pre-Python himself. Good old Chris.
Yeah, before he got swole.
And when he became non-swole in his return in RE7.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't keeping those gains up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is a shame because, again, 5 and 6 aren't bad games.
No, but...
They have bad problems like RE4, but they're not.
I tell you, whenever Resident Evil 8 gets announced, they better make Jill or Claire have more of the leading role this time around and not just another male character.
I absolutely agree.
That would be great.
I mean, we've seen Leon and Chris be in the main protagonist role for far too long in an RE game.
True dat.
Alright, so we're now playing as Chris Redfield. Mr. Pythons himself. Oh!
I didn't expect to find another living person.
Hey, it's that jail guard from the beginning.
Looking for a certain girl.
A girl?
You know who I gave the hemostag medicine to?
Have you seen anyone named Claire Redfield?
Did you just say Claire?
You know who she is, don't you?
Don't worry about her. I helped her escape. Several planes took off from this island not long ago. While I can't say for certain, she was probably on one of them.
I see. I guess my sister owes you. Thanks for helping.
Everyone's gone. I may be the only other person left. Go on. Follow your sister and get off.
Silence.
Silence is golden. Or is it? Oh! Nope. It's the worm! It's back for a vengeance! And that man got swallowed by that worm. Oh no.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Rodrigo. So, yeah, we're going to have to save him, but, yeah, that's going to be the last thing we're going to do for this. That's going to be the last thing that we do for this stream today.
Yeah, nice way to end on a singer, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
End it off with a good battle and put that worm out of his misery.
Yep.
Or as Wizpig says in Diddy Kong Racing, "Looky here, it's the little worm."
Oh God, I remember him saying that.
Yep.
When you race him in Future Funland.
Oh yeah.
Now that's, if I recall, was it in Future Funland the last level in?
Yeah, it was
Yes,
the
it
last
is.
set of tracks. Yeah. And you can only get if you completed all the other worlds and got the challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and don't forget the tokens.
Yes.
And the
That
keys.
And the
so you
silver
can get
coins,
drumstick.
too.
Yeah, that's what I meant by the tokens, because that was a
I
fun
can get
thing.
drum. My name's Drumstick. Do 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 do. I always use Drumstick after I unlocked him for some reason.
I always found Drumstick's introduction whenever you chose him to be the most hilarious. My name's
Oh, yeah.
Drumstick!
I mean, his handling wasn't the best, but hey, whatever. I still used him.
He was a pretty fast racer.
Yeah, yeah. He just didn't have great handling.
Right, he didn't have great
But,
handling, but his engine power was...
Yeah, he had
Was
good.
really
Yeah,
strong.
he was pretty quick though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there was one thing I can't believe I forgot not to bring up, guys. You guys saw the DOA 6 is now free to play, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Core Fighters. The Core Fighters version is now released.
Mm.
But people are still going on about that $96 season pass.
Yes.
Well, rightfully so. I mean, $96 dollars.
It is pretty steep, but
It's stupid.
yeah.
It is stupid. This little worm is about to get crushed. Come on, die. I need that guy, because he gives me the lighter back.
No lighter for you.
No. Yeah, pretty much no lighter for me. This whole game was a cock tease. Ooh, please, get out of there. Dang, still not dead yet? It never dies. It never goes away. Little worm. Come on. Where are you? Got him! Yeah, Rodrigo is about to bite the dust. That is his name, by the way.
I remember. We're not being racist. That's his actual name.
Yeah, I know. We're not being racist. We can't be racist as his actual name.
Again. Here. Take this.
A lighter. Yep.
Yeah, just like a Chinese guy. What's new? Called Choo Choo Tron,
She gave this to me.
which was his actual name.
Thanks for saving her.
Even though it did sound like Choo Choo Train, but no, that was his actual legal name.
Yep.
Maybe his parents just had a sense of humor. I don't know.
Yep, so
Maybe.
that guy has officially bitten the dust, so he's not breathing anymore, and he is dead. But at least we got the lighter back. And with that lighter, we're going to go back in this room real quick before we end off the stream, because there's actually a really nice treat waiting for us whenever we use the lighter.
Oh, nice.
You've got to light the bodies on fire, or else they come back as crimson heads.
Oh God, yeah.
Different Resident Evil. Sorry.
Yeah, completely
wrong
different.
Resident Evil. Anyway, we
But
use the lighter
different
right
one,
here
not
on.
wrong.
We use the lighter here on this wall statue. Guess what's in there? Another pair of submachine guns, like the one Steve has.
That
Mm.
makes total sense.
Complete sense. Because why not?
Oh, yes. Hey, I can see an ink ribbon. Give that to me. So, I guess we should go ahead and start plugging whenever we're ready, so... Who wants to go first? Hey, Metal, since you're our special guest, why don't you go first?
I was gonna say, I'll take it. Yeah, so you can check me out personally on my YouTube channel at Visible Ninja Dojo. I host live talk shows every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. On Mondays, we talk about the Gundam anime series, so if you like, Japanese robots and stuff, you might want to check it out. Then Wednesdays, we host one on Tokusatsu, that be your Power Rangers and the like. So yeah, definitely come by and check us out. And you can follow me on Twitter at VisibleNinja0 and check out my little website I'm associated with, HeroClub.com. That's hero-club.com. And follow us on Twitter at HeroClub4Life.
All right.
Nice.
Jeff, you or me, which one wants to go first?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Well, for the time being, I will eventually go back on Twitch. Mostly beginning next month, around April, May-ish, due to some stuff that's been on IRL. But you can follow me at twitch.tv/16bitjeff, twitter.com/16bitjeff, and we do have a Discord for our group, TGF, which will be provided, the link will be provided not only at the bottom of the video player as we speak, but also in the chat. So if anyone wants to join, you're more welcome to.
Mm-hmm.
It is the best way to actually get in contact with myself, Double RPG, and Fighter Cow. So yes, it'd be the best to join if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Or would like to. And that's it on my end.
Okay, well, you can follow me on youtube.com/doublerpgreviews. I do all my created content on that website, whether they be reviews, retrospectives, anything that I can come up with off the top of my head. You can also follow me on facebook.com/doublerpgreviews. That's my Facebook fan page. You can also follow me on twitter.com/doublerpgreviews. That's my page on Twitter. And you can also follow me on twitch.tv/doublerpgreviews, which, just like Jeff, I will once again return to streaming at some point. Haven't really decided when exactly yet, but I promise you all that I will be making a return at streaming someday. Now, as far as, other projects that I have in the works, some of you are probably eagerly awaiting for me to get on with my next episode of the Final Fantasy retrospective, but I think I mentioned this before, but I am taking a break on it for the time being because there are other projects that I actually do want to work on. But, there's another retrospective series that I kind of actually want to do a bit of work on before I get on with episode 10 of the Final Fantasy retrospective. And, also, I have some reviews that are also lined up. Now, when I will get those out, I'm not sure, but yeah, be on the lookout for those whenever they release in the near future. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed our playthrough of Resident Evil Code Veronica this time around, and be sure to join us next week for when we go through the rest of the main campaign and hopefully finish it up, and we'll have Jerry on with us by then. So, until then, I can't wait to see you all next week, so stay gold.
Yep.
Adios.
And that's it on my end. So, as we said, join us next Saturday as we will go to part 3 of Resident Evil Code Veronica, and finally getting all the way to the end towards that. So, until then, I am Double RPG.
16-bit Jeff.
And Visible Ninja.
And we definitely want to say thank you very much, Visible Ninja, for being our third amigo this time around, since Kaus is,
MIA
this week.
Yeah, hey, it's a pleasure. I love being on here, so no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we always love having you during those E3 streams, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Which we will have you again.
Yay!
But E3 is still a little bit ways off before we actually start talking about that in depth.
So.
Well, to be fair, we're already almost in April, and
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's coming up, but it's still a few months off.
No, I definitely get that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, guys, you all take care of yourselves, and we will see you next week. And since Jerry's not here, Jeff, should you or I say Jerry's catchphrase?
I'll say it.
Okay. Jeff,
And
take it
Nico
away.
Tanrio.
How do you say it?
What'd you say, dude?
Okay. Nino, Conrio.
Yep.
Yep, that's how I say it. So, anyway, guys, take care of yourselves, and peace out. Piccolo popping bottles, y'all!